What's up, guys? Welcome back to Off the Dribble, featuring myself, Ash, and my co-host Chetan. This is our first episode since Oklahoma City won Game 5 of the NBA Finals, featuring an outstanding performance from Jalen Williams, JDub, 40 points, and I mean, just a really solid game for the Thunder overall, and a kind of an eye-opening game for the Pacers. So I guess we can start by discussing JDub, Shea, etc. Go on.
Yeah, I think I was really impressed by JDub. I think all the criticism about him not being a proper second option or him being too inconsistent of a second option are fully answered. We can see it. They're all gone now. I mean, he kind of overtook Shea, and I kind of was watching some of the plays that he was making during the game. A lot through during the second half of the game through the end of the third quarter, he was making some tough buckets, but his off-ball movement in the first half was really, really good. He was getting really good open looks. He was getting himself in the flow of the game. He started the game off, I think, with a dunk or with the dunk or a layup off a feed going into the paint. So I like that. Everything about his game was falling. He was getting to the rim, which I think he should do a lot more consistently because, in my opinion, he can get by defenders pretty quickly. He has a size to kind of play that bully ball if he really needs to on mismatches. So yeah. And then I mean, Shea still chipped in with like the banner says, a double double right there with 31 and 10 assists, and then also four blocks and 2 steals, which I mean that's exactly what he did. Um, but yeah, before we touch on the Pacers side, what do you want to say about how your team played, how Jado played especially?
I think the most impressive part about the way JDub plays is that he he put 40 points up, which is 40 points. Obviously, only a few other people have done that in NBA history. But his defense, like our defensive schemes, are completely predicated on JDub's ability to switch everything. Like if you notice the way the Knicks and the Cavs guarded Tyrese Haliburton on screen and rolls, where the Pacers love to take advantage of mismatches. They depend on the big being able to switch everything, and they send Miles Turner in as their main screener. But
Mhm.
the big adjustment that Mark made was he put J-Dub on Miles Turner he switched J-Dub on Miles Turner during every screen action. So whenever Miles would screen, J-Dub would come blitz Tyrese. Tyrese wouldn't know what to do because he couldn't pass back to Miles because now lose on him. And then while Tyrese is making that decision, then they switch back again.
Yeah.
Then Iyer comes up, takes Miles, Jada flails out to the corner to guard
Mhm.
Neesmith or Nemhard, and then Dort comes back on Tyrese. The defensive scheme is so it's so much movement within that system that if one person messes up, like you saw Shea mess up twice, and that led to wide open jumper. But Mark has so much faith in Jadab's ability to continuously make the right decision on defense that he predicates his entire scheme on him and what Dort and Crusoe can put on Halliburton, which is pretty cool as well. Like how he puts up 40 points, but that's not even probably his most important contribution.
Yeah.
And obviously, Shea is Shea. Like, we don't have to discuss too much about Shea. Like, this was his 31 points is his second lowest scoring game of the series. Like, this, we can just pencil him in for 30 now.
Yeah.
But
I
I
think when
guess our
touching
next
on
point would be
yeah, touching on Jado's versatility real quick on defense, I didn't even
yeah,
mention that. I mean, yeah, he's incredible two-way player. I think that switch that you mentioned was really good, and their rotations weren't as slow because the game before that we kind of saw iHeart kind of get trapped in those rotations. So Mark made the adjustment to make sure that iHeart wasn't the one getting trapped in the rotation, running out to the corner and things like that. So that's a really good game plan on the coaching staff to kind of lock down what they had to do. But I mean, going to the Pacer side of the ball, are we blaming how Tyrese played on his injury, or are we having the conversation about is he really good at basketball, or is he even a superstar in the NBA?
somewhere in the middle. He's definitely good at basketball, but like I think people are saying don't judge Tyrese in this one game because he's being guarded by the best defense ever, or at the very least a very good defense. But I think I mean I both of us I think have been very consistent on the opinion that Tyrese Halliburton's very good at basketball, but he's not a superstar.
Yeah.
And I guess the point that we've been making is when the game's on the line, obviously he's been making these clutch jump shots or whatever. But the game is not only on the line in the last 3 minutes, right?
Mhm.
There's still 45 other minutes of basketball to be played, and like when you're that unable to create a shot for yourself on like a coverage that depends on you, like look at how the Pacers are guarding Shea, right? Like he sees Nemhard on him, that's one. But then Neesmith is looking, Halliburton's looking to help, Turner's looking to come up. Like he has 2 to 4 guys on him every possession, looking to react on decisions that he's making, and he's still able to get 31 to 10 assists.
Yeah.
Like if Halliburton's greatest asset or greatest superpower is like his ability to pass, I mean, I know not to gauge passing on just assists, but 6 assists, 6 assists, 6 assists, 6 assists, 11 assists, 7 assists, 6 assists are his numbers through 5 games. Like that's not the like. Could you imagine if a player like Steve Nash or John Stockton had less than like 8 or 9 assists that consistently? We're not
Especially
gonna
with 4 turnovers at the same time.
exactly like it's not like we would just stop saying that he's one of these players that can impact the game consistently without scoring. Like he's not. Like he's that was a really bad game. He played 34 minutes, so it just wasn't the injury. Like he was out there. He's out there
Yeah.
playing. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
My thing is like if you are playing through an injury, like I mean when TJ McConnell came in the game, he impacted the game for them so much more offensively and especially defensively. I mean, he's gonna get beat to the bucket mainly because he's smaller than the defender, but he's able to stay in front and he's also really good in like passing lanes and help and on help defense. So and like an energy kind of guy. So being a star caliber player like you are in Tyrese Haliburton and you're hurt but you still want to play the game, your coaches are kind of forced to put you in the game, even though your backup point guard is playing 10 times better than you, and that's going to cost your team the game. So at that point, you should just take yourself out of the game because that's what I think. But personally, overall, like yeah, you can say he's their best offensive player, but in my opinion, I think their go-to guy at end of game situation should not like game winner type things because we've seen Halliburton make those like clutch game winners consistently. But if you need a bucket with like 2 minutes left in the game and you're down like 4 and you need a bucket real quick, give it to Siakam. I mean, I think our biggest concern with the Pacers the first couple of games was that Siakam was getting going in the first half. Like he would have 15 to 18 and he would end the game with anywhere from 20 to 24. Like he wouldn't take any, he would have like a couple of shots in the third, maybe 1 or 2 to start the fourth, and then sometimes he wouldn't even attempt a shot in the fourth. So, I mean, like I personally think Siakam's ability to get to the rim, get to the free throw line, his mid-range jumper, he can hit the open three, like all of that, he can do a lot better than Halliburton. And in my opinion, the only thing Halliburton might have him beat on is that 3-pointer and maybe that like floater going to his right hand. But again, like I think it's like a coaching problem too. Like I mean, Carlisle's done an amazing job. I mean, he's brought them all the way to the NBA Finals. Nobody really expected the Pacers to get there, but at the same time, like I feel like you don't always have to go like you guys do. Like you're not always going to Shea continuously. Like if it's not working for him, like JDub can take over. So I think that they should really try and lean on Siakam a lot more. And on Tyrese's part, I mean, I also agree with the statement that like with like 4 minutes left, when defenses are playing really tight on you and they're taking away your ability to get to the basket because he's not a really good driver. He's only like a good 3-point shooter mainly. So like you can't really affect the game at the end of game situations with passing. Like there's times where you need to take over in ISO situations and get yourself a shot. And taking 6 shots in a game 5 of the NBA Finals is not going to cut it for your team.
Yeah, I agree. And I had thought while you were talking about all that, but how much do you think it's about like the social media pressure of like, like everyone saying like Halliburton's gotta take over, Halliburton's gotta take over. And we've seen like besides last game, all the fourth quarters is where he's getting all his points, right? Like he had in game 2, he had 5 points and 5 turnovers through 3 quarters. And he has 12 points in the fourth quarter, just like completely aggressive. But that kind of stagnates the Pacers offense, right? Because he's just like, looking for his shot. No one else is really getting going. And we saw game 3, he was aggressive throughout the game, but it wasn't like he was finding his offense within the flow of the entire team's offense. That's why they were able to like control that game, kind of like win the game outright. And then game 4, like he doesn't really play that well in the first half. They're still winning without him. And then like in the late sort of games, he starts to get going. He has a couple of those like layups at the rim or whatever. But again, he's not looking to pass the ball. He's looking to like just hunt his shot in the fourth quarter. I don't know how much of it you think is on like everyone saying he has to find his shot, or like everyone painting him as like this like clutch god who, and like he feels like pressure to keep this reputation up that he's like always going to deliver in the clutch. or it's just like I don't know, maybe he just thinks he has to get going for his team to like thrive in these situations.
I feel like it could be like 2-2 because like personally, if it were me and like I made 5 game winners in the playoffs, I would also kind of come into like every game with the confidence of like, all right, like I could do it again. But at the same time, like I mean, NBA players go out and say they don't really go on social media or look at it, but I'm sure it affects them at some way or another. Um, but like I don't know. I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah, I mean, and for Game 6, apparently
Yeah.
we found this news out maybe a couple hours ago,
Mm-hmm.
but the Pacers are expecting to play Game 6 without Tyrese Haliburton. Now,
Yep.
if you ask me, I don't think there's a way he's not playing. I'm pretty sure he's gonna play. But for the coach to come out and say something like this, at least goes to show the severity of how severe they think the injury is.
Yep.
So you think knowing this information, I guess I mean we know who we're gonna pick now, but
Yeah.
like how do you think the Pacers offense will look without Tyrese?
Um. Well, if the thing is, like the TJ minutes are good, but I think like you can only play him like maximum 20 to 20 like 2 minutes a game, because once you go above like that 30 minutes a game, like you can like hunt that mismatch continuously over and over and over again. And I don't know who their like backup point guard is to play backup point guard when TJ starts, but I think their game plan would probably just
I think probably run the
yeah,
offense.
that's a small
He can't do
backcourt.
that. He
There's
can't do
there
that because he's putting
yeah
all his energy on defense to try to guard Shea.
yeah,
And he
and
put
I mean
Neesmith on Shea. Oh my god.
yeah,
Shea
it's cookies right there.
might go
But
for 45.
like I think their best bet would to play as fast as they can, because like I think the main advantage that TJ has on Tyrese is he like, plays a little bit more faster and has kind of he can run the floor a lot quicker. So I think they're gonna need a historic game out of him. I feel like players like Obi Toppin. I mean, he's had a pretty great series. He's hit some really timely buckets in the games they won. He's also brought them back from being down a couple 15 points in certain games. So if he can have a big game, that would be huge. But like just not having to guard Tyrese at the same time. So now you're able to guard everyone one on the perimeter, with Caruso guarding like McConnell one on the perimeter, and then like Dort guarding them Hart on the perimeter. Like those kind of things are like you could focus more on your one matchups, and you guys have great one defenders going all across the board. So like I feel like we're gonna just see like like when you watch a game and then you're just like, okay, yeah, like it's just defense is straight clamps. Like the other team's offense can't really do anything. I think it's gonna be that kind of game if Tyrese isn't playing.
I don't know, bro. Because I mean, I'll take the more positive outlook on this, I guess. Because I mean, the point I wanted to make was I don't think TJ can play like that for 30 minutes because I don't think any human
Yeah,
being can
exactly.
do it that pace for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Like he was gassed. Like
yeah,
let's not put too much on Carlisle either for not playing him in the fourth quarter. Like TJ played 18 straight minutes of constant pace. He was tired. Like
yeah.
he had to sit down. Like
Mhm.
a lot of like when an NBA player is playing 18 20 minutes a game for their entire career. And TJ, he just only got this role recently, so he was playing like 5 to 7 minutes a game before he got to 18 minutes this season because of how well he's playing. You can't just jump him up to 30 minutes. Like
Yeah,
that's like almost a double increase on like what he's been playing normally. And like sure he'll manage that pace throughout the game much better if he starts the game, but like at that point don't you lose the value of TJ?
yeah.
Because like if he's not playing that fast, then
That's
it's
like
so
the
much
whole
easier
game.
for Russo and Dort to start on it.
And
And then you're hunting like that Shea mismatch and it's a mess, right?
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like in my opinion, like if I don't know if you think Halburn will try and play, but if they're preparing to play without him,
100%, bro. 100%. He
yeah,
worked his whole entire life to get to this point, bro. There is
I
no
think
way he
like
doesn't.
even if he plays, like he's not. I think we're gonna see like another like maybe 2 for 8, 3 for 10, maybe
I don't think he'll play well.
Yeah, he's not gonna play well at all. Maybe he'll be a little bit more motivated because he played really bad last game. But I feel like the injury's gonna. He's not gonna be able to beat the double team at all with that injury, which is gonna allow you guys to create a lot of turnovers, which is allow you guys gonna go on those big runs that you guys go on. And once that lead kind of gets to that 20 point like mark, and you guys kind of I mean, with a team like the Pacers, they can come back, but that all kind of starts with Halliburton's push. But like without him fully healthy, I don't think that they have that push in them.
The more positive side to look at for Pacers fans is that one, the Thunder play like really average basketball on the road. Like aside from Shea and JDub, like shooting percentages go down tremendously. Like they were calling Wiggins Clay Thompson on like a Pacers podcast I was watching at home.
Wow.
But on the road, like he doesn't get any burn, like he doesn't get any minutes. Like Lou Dort's 3-point percentage, like before I don't know if it's been updated recently to higher or lower, but before the finals, his 3-point percentage on the road is 16.7%.
Oh
So
wow.
and at home he's shooting like the lights out. He's shooting like 50% on the at home. So like the percentages go down for us tremendously. I believe we're 5-4 on the road in the playoffs. So I mean, I think we'll close it out, and I think it's going to be a lot of Shea and a lot of JDub, and hopefully a lot of Chet, because Chet's one player who's played pretty consistently on the road and at home. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, no Tyrese means no like consistent ball movement on that offense. It's gonna be a lot of
Yep.
role players taking shots, a lot of role players taking rushed and quick shots. That's exactly what the Thunder want. More live ball turnovers.
I mean, like try and let the role players beat you, and I mean, if they beat you, you can't really do anything about it.
I mean, that's what we said against Dallas, man. And PJ Washington actually did beat us.
Yeah, that is true.
I just hope we just destroy him, bro. Like I don't like. We've had 5 like we've had 4 to 5 like pretty good games these finals. I just want like a Thunder like 30-point win just to like seal it.
Did you guys win by 21 game?
We
Game
won.
2, right?
Game 2 we won by a good amount. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
20. We won by a good amount.
Yeah.
It wasn't ever close.
Yeah. I don't see this one being too close either. I'm not gonna.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's tough. I think it'll be close. I think the Pacers role players will come out strong.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know, bro. Something about this Tyrese injury seems so manufactured. Like,
You think so? You think they like?
doesn't it? I don't know if I'm just like a really really nervous fan, but something about it seems like he's gonna just like a fucking he's gonna come out and like ball out game 6 out of nowhere. Like it's all like a robo-dope strategy where just like he's gonna come out and just start shooting the shit out of 3 for some reason. I don't know.
Or maybe the Pacers are like put out that they're preparing for the game to play without Tyrese, so you guys like game plan to play defense, but not guarding Tyrese, and then he actually plays, and you guys like you never know. The
That's what
dark
I'm saying.
magic might be cooking.
I mean, bro, like you don't get to this point if you're Mark Dagnall to game plan for something based on Rick Carlisle's word.
Exactly.
So,
like you have both like things ready, so
yeah,
you know what to do.
yeah. I mean, I hope next episode we can just come back, talk about a nice Thunder win, some Kevin Durant trade news maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Yeah.
Timberwolves.
Oh, yeah. That's hopefully. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully is a crazy statement, Loki, but we'll get into that in another episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Aashrith said, if the Thunder do win, our next episode will just be recapping Game 6 and just talking about them winning the finals, and also a little bit of some draft stuff. When is the draft exactly?
June 25th, I think.
Perfect. So we'll have Aashrith does make a mock draft, so we'll do an episode with that probably like a couple of days before the 25th, around the 22nd, 23rd. So we'll go through that, and then after that, there'll probably be some crazy trades during the draft as well. I have a feeling the KD trade might go down during the draft. I think that's a possibility. Could very much be a possibility. So within like the next week or so, we'll still have a lot of stuff to talk about the off season and everything. So yeah, just keep sticking with us, like and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at YouTube at OffTheDribble Pod, and we will see you guys next episode. Peace.